Welcome to the EMBRA.CE Education podcast, where we explore stories of passion, resilience, and innovation in education. Today, I have the special honor to host a remarkable guest whose journey spans decades of dedication to language education, publishing, and community building. Anastasia Spyropoulou. The name brings the smile and the spark to mind. Anastasia is more than an editor. She is a visionary who has influenced how English language teaching has evolved in Greece and beyond. From founding ELT News, the magazine we all know, to supporting teachers through conferences and publications, Anastasia has been a mentor, a trailblazer, and a voice for quality education. Anastasia, welcome.
Hello, Effie. Thank you very much for inviting me to this session. And I would like to thank all the people who will hear and watch this recording later. Well, yes, ELT News is one of the projects that I'm proud of, but it was not my initiative. It was my husband's initiative back in 1989. And before going to that, I need to tell you that I was not meant to become a teacher of English. Yes, actually, I wanted to become a teacher of history. And my first university degree was in history and archaeology at the University of Athens. But then I got married, and my husband was a teacher of English, and he ran his own foreign language school. So I realized that sooner or later I would become a teacher of English because I was needed in the school. Anyway, to be more qualified, although I knew English before that, but I wanted to be fully qualified. I took university entrance exams, and I was offered a seat at the Department of English Language and Literature of the University of Athens, third year. So in 2 years, I had a second university degree, and I thought that I was qualified. I was not qualified. You discover that later in life from the classroom practice. So we all need to develop ourselves, both personally and professionally. I taught English for many, many years to all age groups and levels. And then when ELT News was founded, as I told you earlier, it was my husband's initiative, I turned to editing. I became what I would say a journalist, not exactly a journalist with the literate sense, but a journalist. We all started our, people of my age, not we all, people of my age started the teaching career using the grammar and translation approach. You know, grammar. Even the finest details of a grammar topic, which were not necessary for the students to know, but that was the trend at that time.
That's true.
And then translation from English to Greek and vice versa. And translation is a special skill. It's not meant to be taught to young learners, right? It could be better to be taught in adult classes,
Right.
not in young learners. But that was the trend at that time, and we followed this trend. But then other approaches emerged, such as the communicative approach, which focused on speaking. Because before the communicative approach, with the grammar and translation approach, the students were able to read and write, but they were not able to speak the language because speaking was neglected. But with the communicative approach, speaking was included in the curriculum. So I would say that these changes, these dramatic changes in ELT, started as ELT News started as an experiment, let's say. My husband wanted to inform the ELT community in Greece and Cyprus
Mm-hmm.
about all those changes.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to know, Effie, that uh, although we are a small publishing company, a family publishing
Mm-hmm.
company, let's say, we didn't miss a single issue. ELT News comes out 10 times a year, and we have
At
not
the feet.
missed a single issue. Yes, I.
You know, I have, as I hear you speak, I see the whole history and the timeline. And I was wondering, when you started with your husband, ELT News, did you ever imagine that it was going to lead to such a lifelong journey?
No, 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 absolutely no. I had no idea. When you're young, you think that the whole life is in front of you, but time flies, and you see how the journey went
Hmm.
decades later,
Yes. On
because
hindsight.
you live the present. You live the present,
Hmm.
and you don't see far in the future in the beginning. But as you mature and you develop yourself, both personally and professionally, you start to realize and figure out what you are going to be and what you are going to become. But that
Right.
takes time.
Mm-hmm. Of course. As Steve Jobs says, you see your path, you take the path, but then you see it on hindsight. You look back and you see the steps that you've made. And you know, all over these years, you've worn different hats.
Ah,
The
yes.
teacher, the editor, the mother of two. Mm. So,
Yes.
and you built a successful career raising two kids, two children. Two good, as you said yesterday when we were talking, good men. So, looking back, what were the biggest challenges that you faced as a businesswoman and a mother? And how did you navigate them?
Well, Effie, all women wear many hats because they
Very
are
true.
mothers, they are wives, they are daughters to parents, to our parents. We work, we have our students, we have the parents of our students, we have the friends, the relatives, etc. So, if you if you want to decide how many hats you wear, I would say tens.
Tense.
Yes, not one, not two. Well, when I started my teaching career, of course, it was challenging because I
Mhm.
raised a family at the same time, and I was a wife, and I had to cook, and I had to take kids to school and bring them back from school, and things like that. So, what the biggest challenge for me was lack of time.
Mhm.
And I sometimes I thought, well, it would be nice if the day had 28 hours or 30 hours and
For
not
48 hours.
24. Yes, because I would be able to complete all the day's task on time. But on the other hand, um, I have two good things, let's say. One is
We're all ears.
a good nervous system.
Ah.
Yes, that's an innate. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
a good nervous system is innate. Um, that healthy, let's say, nervous system did not push me in stressful situations to some breaking point.
Mm.
I would breathe and then go back to normal. That was that is to my advantage, of course, and that's why I had not collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is that which is innate, I think, it's the ability to concentrate. When I start reading, I am there. I focused on what I read, and I find it easy to push new knowledge into the long-term memory and retrieve it when needed in the appropriate situations. So that made my studies easier because I had no difficulty in recalling uh, all the things that I have learned. It was easy for me. So
You know what? As I'm listening to you, it's as if I'm listening to neuroscience speaking. And why am I saying this? These exact traits, as you call them, is what we learn in neuro learning power. And it is something that can be taught. You're very right. They are key skills for someone to have. And the moment you realize, you said breathe, and it was amazing. It's amazing what breathing can do to us.
yes,
It's exactly what you said. It restores the system.
yes,
And
yes, of
I'm so happy. I didn't tell you, I didn't tell her to say that, okay? She said it by herself.
okay. Breathing lets
It's
the oxygen
amazing.
pass through the whole body and
Yes.
to the mind as well.
Mhm.
Effie, since you are a neuro-linguistic expert, yes, and you know much about this, I think the most challenging thing is that we don't actually know ourselves.
That's so true.
We don't know where we are good at and where we are not so good at. And this was noticed by my husband a long time ago, of course, and he said, make two columns. In the first column, write the things you are good at, and in the second column, write the things you are not so good at. And then be objective. Try to be as objective as possible. Don't overestimate or underestimate your skills and abilities. And yes, I did that because my husband was also a mentor for me. I did that, and I found out that the things I was not good at could be improved with a little effort, one step at a time. If you have a ladder in front of you, it wouldn't be good to go straight from the bottom step to the upper step, step by step. Because the body, the personality has to absorb little changes and make them familiar to you, and you get used to to the new system, let's say, to the new schedule. How can I name it?
If you want to describe it in in
Yes,
neuroscience way, in a neuroscience way, the way that we build neuronal paths is,
exactly.
yes,
Yes,
is
exactly.
little by little. So the path
Little by little, like
yes,
small
is
wins,
empowered, exactly. And the
small
path
wins.
is
Yes.
exactly the path is strengthened by repetition. So as you said, one step and repetition, one step and again, the next step and
Ah, yes,
repetition,
you
and
said
so
the
on.
magic word now, Effie,
Didn't
repetition. Repetition is the best advice I could give to teachers for the students' learning, for their students' learning. Repeat and repeat and repeat. Repeat to death, let's say.
hopefully repeat to learning. And I know that you've studied part of this in a recent course that you had in Australia, I think, a university in Australia, how memory works and how it can be reinforced. And truth be told, repetition is part of it. Breaking things into parts is also another part, but that's another story. That's another frame. I wanted to ask you. There is so much we can. I mean, we can go on talking for months.
Well,
I
I will
wanted to
get
ask.
back to
Yes.
repetition, Effie. Of course, when I was teaching, I knew that repetition is the mother of learning. But I realized how important it is when I came back to teaching. After years, I came back to teaching, and I have two groups of adult students, mixed ability classes, of course, and The age varies from 45 to 60 to 65. Most of them are pensioners, but they travel, so they want to improve their speaking skills. And another thing that I would like to stress is that during the pandemic, I'll get back to that. During the pandemic, I took 17 courses of studies with various universities, English-speaking universities, American, Canadian, British, and Australian universities. And I also started learning 3 foreign languages
Wow.
from various platforms. Yes, when the pandemic was over, which is not over yet, but anyway, now things have become better. I sat at a desk
Mm.
like an ordinary student and continue my learning in the 3 foreign languages. And I noticed what the French, I am learning French, Italian, and Spanish, what the French teacher did, what she didn't do, what the Italian teacher did and what she didn't do, and what the Spanish teacher did and what she didn't do. And I realized that they didn't revise anything at all.
Mm.
Revision was somewhere hidden in the back, and it was not in the learning process.
Mm.
And but when I started teaching the two groups, I found out that they needed repetition. So when when I teach something today, next week, because I see them only once a week, the next week I repeat what we learned in the previous lesson. And I realized that the majority of the people don't know, don't remember. So they have already forget many of the things that were discussed in the previous lesson. So with the repetition, I think that they make a good progress. And people who were very shy, very introverted, and they wouldn't dare speak, now they speak quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Is they have improved, and that is, I think, not I think, I'm sure, that is due to repetition.
Okay, it is
So
definitely
repetition,
part of
repetition,
it.
repetition.
We're talking about long-term memory. Long-term memory needs support. Okay, and one of the ways you're very right. One of the
Yeah.
way you're practically right because you
Yes.
live it and you
Yes.
live it with your own learning, and that's very interesting when we see. And I wanted to ask you, but you answered it by yourself. How different it is when we're learners, and then how we see our teaching through learning.
Yes. It's something like self-reflection.
Indeed.
Uh, yes, you see yourself as a student and you realize your strengths and weaknesses, yes. And then you try to become a better teacher by seeing yourself in another situation.
Right,
Yes,
right.
it's a self-reflection. It works well. We have to stop for 5 minutes, 10 minutes during the day and go back to our to go back to what we did during
Reflective
that
teaching.
time. Yes, what I did well,
Mm-hmm.
what was not so successful,
Mm-hmm.
what went according to plan, what didn't go according to plan,
Mm-hmm.
and why.
Mm.
That's the most important question. Why? We have to give reasons for um, why something was successful and why something was not successful.
Because, yes, I agree. And I have to say that teachers are very critical of themselves sometimes. So, at least the teachers I have met, and I have met thousands, it is important that to self-reflect. It is also important to have compassion for ourselves. Okay, this lesson didn't go as I expected it to go. What information does it give me? as you said, I loved what your husband invited you to do with your strong points and the points that you needed to reflect on, to improve on. So
Yes.
in this way, we could reflect on lessons in the exact same way. Because this is really coaching and mentoring. What went well? Fine. What didn't go well? Okay, what information does this give me? Okay, and how can I improve this? Right? What can I do next time?
Yes.
I love what you said. It's exactly what you said.
Yes.
Right.
Some teacher
So,
trainers, Effie, some teacher trainers suggest that we should record our lessons.
okay.
Of course, with the permission of the students, and then go back and de-record the lessons. And that will give us much information about the way we taught and how we handled a specific situation that arose during the lesson, etc. This is a good idea. But I'm not sure that many people would like to know what went wrong. They think that everything was good on their behalf, right? And that the students always are to blame.
I don't know. I don't know if teachers have the time to do this, but I do know that teachers who really are interested, and there are a lot of teachers who are keen to improve, do that. Not everyone, you're right, but a lot of them improve little by little. And as you were discussing and as you were describing your journey, in there are two things. One, and I have to admit it, I am surprised at the fact of how teaching is so central to your life. I saw you as an editor, as a conference organizer, but not. I didn't have this keen image of you as a teacher. And I'm really, really enthusiastic that we're discussing these things now.
Well, once a teacher, always a
I
teacher.
think you're right. Yes, that's true. But you're an active teacher, and that's different, right? So you have,
Yes, and as I told you, I came back to the
yeah,
classroom at this age. I'm 75, and I came back to the classroom. I've been
love
teaching
that,
for 4 years now,
love that.
the adult classes, and I have not lost a single adult. They all attend my lessons, and I'm
That's
very
a
happy
feat, we have to
to see
say.
that they
Not an
progress.
easy thing for adults to not to miss lessons.
Yes, and sometimes well, in last June, when the lessons finished, the director of the center asked me if I would be with them in the new school year. And I said, "Are you sure that the students want me? Maybe they want someone else who is much younger, and the older you get, the less attractive you become." And she said, "No, no, no, Anastasia, they are." They actually like the way you teach, and you have, what can we say in English, that metadotικότητα,
The
the
ability to,
ability,
yes,
yes.
the ability to transform knowledge to,
Yes, exactly. And your dynamism. I said, okay, well, let's go till I drop.
you'll go, it looks as if you'll go forever. The This is a great lesson, I think, to every single woman, not just teacher, but woman. We see ourselves, we sometimes, not always, but sometimes we count ourselves with years. And we think that, and that it's not us, it's the society, the societal construct that adds value to youth and subtracts value from age, which actually is the opposite of what really applies.
Yeah.
And this dynamism, and as they say, and the experience that you bring to the classroom, that age can bring to the classroom, is unique.
Every I say, and I don't feel ashamed to say that now that I am a better teacher than I was 40 years ago or 45 years ago. Yes, I'm now a better teacher.
I believe you because you keep evolving, and
Yes,
this is
yes, and because I keep learning new
yes,
things.
exactly.
So I realize what teaching is about.
Exactly. And this is what brings self-efficacy. Research shows that self-efficacy is part of well-being. And teachers, especially younger teachers or less experienced teachers, have difficulty with that. They have, especially, and language teachers have been shown to have low self-efficacy. So experience and evolvement, as you describe it, adds to self-efficacy. So it makes us better as human beings, and it makes us better as teachers, and
Yeah.
and feeling better as well. And when we are feeling well, our students are feeling well. So you see, this is a circle, not vicious, good circle of teaching, and I love that. So we're talking about transitions, right? And truth be told, in the educational landscape and publishing, there have been dramatic transitions since you become. So if you could, point on specific hardest transitions, what were they, and how did you stay constant through them all?
Are we talking about the publishing sector? Because I didn't get
Um,
your question.
yes. Well, teaching and publishing, if.
Teaching and publishing. Well, the publishing sector has changed dramatically. We all see that. There is so much variety today that we have difficulty in what to choose for our uh, groups of
Mhm,
students. And of course, they are like glossy magazines
mhm,
with many pictures, with listening pieces, with speaking parts, etc., with ebooks. That
mhm,
is very helpful. Ebooks. All publishing companies have their own platforms where
mhm,
students with a passcode, etc., can enter the platform and revise a lesson or solve some exercises, etc., etc. So it's an improvement,
mhm,
unprecedented, let's say, because at my time, when I was a young teacher, we didn't have so much variety, of course. And actually, there were many publishers, even at that time. The majority of them were international publishers, British, etc. And they wouldn't give you a sample copy. They gave you an inspection copy, which
mhm.
means
Oh, I
that you
remember
have to
that.
take the copy
Yeah.
to check whether it's suitable for your students, etc., and then send it back.
Oh, I don't remember.
Uh, so we didn't even have that luxury
Mm.
to to see whether a book, a course book, is suitable for our students for the age group at our own good time. We had to keep it for a couple of days and then send it back.
Learning. Oh.
Yes, send it back to the UK because the majority were British
Mm.
publishing companies. And it's interesting to see how many publishing companies, small or medium-sized publishing companies, disappeared from the market.
So this is one thing that you've seen as a change, a dramatic change. The technology on the one side that's improving
Uh,
publishing and teaching, of course, and on the other side, acquisitions that ended up in actually destroying or taking out of the market some good editors. So how have you stayed constant? How have you reinvented yourself from
ah,
teacher, editor? Uh, what helps you stay creative?
I reinvent myself every day, almost every day. I say what new is about to happen today, or what new can I give to my work or to my students today. So I reinvent myself on a daily basis, or on a weekly basis, if you want. That makes more sense. It's easy. You set new targets and you try to reach your target. So you have to reinvent yourself.
I love the way you say it's easy.
Yes, it's not difficult. Nothing is difficult. Nothing is difficult. Of course, life has its ups and downs. Yes, I agree. We all have problems, health issues, etc. But if you think positively and if you think the positive side of things, then you stand better.
I want us to go a little deeper into this. What you're describing is a mindset of
Yeah.
being well, staying well. And we need to accept that many young educators, and not just young educators, but many educators in general, struggle to find balance and joy in their work. And we see a lot of educators leaving the profession nowadays or not wanting to go into the profession. I noticed when I was at the National Kapodistrian University discussing with students of English literature, what they were going to do, their future plans. Many of them were not sure if they were going to become teachers or not. They were considering other paths for their careers. So, what has fueled your well-being and your sense of purpose, especially through challenging times, Anastasia? This is precious
Well,
moment.
as I told you, I have a good nervous system.
Okay.
Yes,
How
and
do you feed this system? What do you think?
I think saved my life, as I said earlier, is the good nervous system and the optimism that comes out from myself. I'm not a person that nags all day long. This happened that made me angry, and the other thing that made me furious, etc. I do not nag.
Mhm.
I try to stand back and see, well, we have a challenge here.
Mm,
Okay, let's look at it thoroughly, right? And see what we can do to improve the situation.
mm.
And that helped me in my life.
Okay.
That helped me in my life.
I
And
keep.
I'm happy that I take this approach to identifying the problems and suggesting a
Mm,
solution. The problem may not be solved, but at least I have tried to make it easier.
right. What you're describing is growth mindset. Y-
Yes, yes, and everything is in the mind.
Right.
Everything
As you
is,
said before, as we said before, it's a matter of
yes,
mindset. So the
everything
way
is
we
in the
see
mind.
things, and also you describe growth mindset is key because it helps us realize it. Not it helps, but it makes us believe that it's okay. It might not go away forever, but I am doing something about it. Is there something I can do? Good.
Yes.
I'll do it. Is there something I cannot do? Let's go on in life.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's give it back.
Yes.
Let's sleep on it.
Let's sleep on it. Huh? Not sleep on it, sleep on it.
Yes,
Exactly, exactly. And
yes. Because if we have so many things in our mind, and we have many things, the mind becomes overloaded. So we have two modes. One is the infused mode, and the other is the focused mode, right? So when there are many things in our mind, we are on a focus mode. And it's what people say, and my mother used to say, έχεις πολλά πράγματα στο μυαλό σου. So the solution does not find a path.
ah,
does not find the right
That's
path because
great.
there are so many. It's like being in a traffic jam, right?
Hmm.
And there are no ways of overpassing other cars, etc., and be the first on the queue. But what we can do in that situation? Make a break. Take the dog out for a walk. Get out in the balcony and watch the view. I mean, we live in Athens. What kind of view do we have? Another polykatekia,
But
right?
still.
Or yes, go for a walk in the park, and then the brain relaxes, and some of the thoughts go away. So there is space for the solution to be in the front, and
Right.
you find the solution. If it's night, psychologists say if it's night, go to bed.
Hmm.
And the brain does not stop working like the heart. They always work. So the brain doesn't work, it doesn't stop working, and they work on the topic that worried you,
Of course.
right? And sometimes you get up in the morning and say, I found the solution in my sleep, in my dream, right? Has it ever
Of
happened to you?
course. Of
Yes, I
course.
saw
Many
it
times.
in my dream. Of course, you saw it in your dream because your mind, your brain was working on the solution. And then the body was relaxing with the sleep, the mind was relaxing, and it was able to find the solution. And something else that you may not know, but it came to my attention some time ago. Even in death, in um, a normal death, right? Not in an accident, etc.
Uh-huh.
The brain, the heart stops, but the brain does not stop. It continues to work from 9 minutes to 3 hours. So doctors, uh, let's say, do not know what to do. How do we declare a person dead? When the heart stops or when the brain stops?
The more we learn about how our systems work, because the brain is and the body are connected.
How
Now,
the mind works.
yes,
Teachers need to know how the mind works
how
and
the mind.
what is the process of storing information. They need to know that. If they don't know, the teaching is not as efficient as it should be.
Indeed. And what you also suggest, and let me put this into my words. Maybe I'm getting this right as you were describing it. When you do all these things to slow down, to help your nervous system restore, you actually go into third position. You see things from a different position. You're not involved emotionally
Yeah.
into the situation. Is that what you said? So this helps
Well,
you find the solution, as you said, open a road in the traffic jam more easily.
to get involved emotionally in other people's affairs and in other people's problems is not advisable. Well, I understand you. I understand that you are suffering at that moment, but I cannot um, get emotionally attached to you because why? You can tell me, because I am not experiencing this problem you are experiencing, or even if I experience in some sort, I'm not experience the same problem in the same depth, let's say, as you do. So I cannot actually get into your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I can my approach to you to console you is epidermical.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Mm.
That's what I think. And the easiest thing is to give advice. Do this. Do that, don't do this, don't do that. Advice does not cost anything at all. But what applies to you does not apply to me necessarily, and vice versa, because we are two different persons. And even our kids, although they grow up in the same family, with the same parents, with the same relatives, with the same friends, etc., are different, are not the same. They are different. And we are different. I mean, I have two kids and two grandchildren. Uh, I was a different mother in the first king, and I was a different mother in the second.
Absolutely,
In the second
absolutely,
king. Yes, I was not the same. I had changed without realizing that I had changed.
absolutely. So, if you were to look ahead, we've talked about the past. We've talked
Yes.
about your experiences in life, and I just love this discussion. I know our listeners are going to be thrilled listening to you speak about all these things. If you were to look ahead,
Oh my God. At
and
75 to look ahead,
and look ahead, please, please. Why? Because with your experience and all the wisdom that you bring, what where do you see English teaching going to? Where do you see language teaching going to?
well, so many people have changed in the past, and I don't see why they won't change in the future. There is a constant movement in the universe. Like Heraclitus said, ta padari, right?
Everything.
So they will change. Things will change. Of course, they change all the time. And if we don't realize it, we are to be blamed, right? We can see things going forward. Now, with the introduction of the artificial intelligence, right? They have many things have changed. Of course, they have changed. I use AI in my lessons. I don't have books, right? I prepare on a weekly basis my lessons with the help of artificial intelligence. I say, write a dialogue for me for this level with this topic and give me some exercises, some, yes, to check understanding, etc. And then I photocopy and distribute it in the classroom. So things change. And we have to be aware and embrace, whether we like it or not, we need to embrace changes. Otherwise, we'll be at the back and we will become obsolete. And no, to become obsolete at the age of 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, etc., is not a good thing at all. To become obsolete at my age, okay, it's normal, right? But no, younger people need to embrace change all the time and get from that change what is best for them.
And may I challenge you?
Good, go ahead.
It is normal according to whom to become obsolete at your age?
To become,
You said it's normal for someone
yes.
of your age to become obsolete.
Ah,
According to
well,
whom?
we all become absolute, Effie,
Honestly, have you
at
become
some
obsolete?
point, sooner or later, we become
Come on.
absolute.
Have
Well,
you?
we, thanks to the advances in medicine and pharmacology, we live longer, right? If we don't die in a car accident, driving.
Hopefully not.
Yes, driving after heavy drinking, for instance, or if we don't die of something else unexpectedly, right? We're about to live to reach the age of 80, 85, etc. So, yes, you become obsolete.
Okay, so you mean
Something else takes your place. Somebody else takes your place in life.
that
We
that's
are
another thing. Yes, that's
we
not
are
what
dispensable, not indispensable.
the way I see obsolete is allowing myself to to grow in a away from a novelty, away from innovation, and away from creativity. And you don't do it. You will never become obsolete in this way. uh, or me, I don't want to be one like this.
Uh,
Of course, time goes on, right? And
I try to keep up with the recent developments um, to the point that I am able to do that.
of course. So, before we say goodbye, Anastasia, and it's been an amazing discussion, it's time to play a quick fire embrace game.
Really?
Yes?
No.
Three
Okay.
questions, first thoughts only. Okay, ready?
Yes, yes, yes,
All right.
ready.
Okay, three questions. Question one. When you lose motivation, if you ever do that, if it ever happens, what's the one thing that always helps you reset and feel grounded again?
Well, if I lose motivation,
If it
right?
happens.
Yes, I read a book,
Okay.
and a specific book.
Ah,
Shall I show it?
of course.
Can you see that?
Higher, a little higher, so we can see the title. Gates of Fire.
Yes, The Gates of
Right.
Fire. It's about the Battle of Thermopylae. And yes, and it's about a miracle. How 300 Spartans and 7,000 soldiers from Thespiae managed to hold back a huge Persian army for 3 days and then save Greece. Uh, so when you lose motivation, read something that inspired other people to succeed.
Okay. Question two. If
Yes.
well-being were a color, what would yours be and why?
If what?
If
If
well-being were a
ah
color,
ah ah ah.
what
Oh
color
yes,
would
yes.
yours be and why?
It would be blue for me,
Okay.
like the color of the sea on a bright and clear day, because the sea never ends. So well-being is like looking at the sea, talking to the sea. The people who live by the sea are different from the people who live on the mountains, and even swimming in the sea contributes to your well-being. It makes you relax. So I love the sea, and well, I would compare well-being to the sea.
Interesting. And talking about well-being, what's a word or a phrase that you tell yourself to empower yourself when you need?
To empower myself. Oh, again. Um, well, that's a question that I cannot answer with a simple word, although, yes, I can
Anything.
answer it with a
Now,
simple word, and I will use a word from the Italian language. Basta. Basta, signora. Enough. Enough is enough.
basta. I love
Basta,
that. I
sì,
love
basta
that.
signora, basta signorina, basta signore.
Mm,
Yes,
okay.
it's yes, enough is enough. Okay.
We keep.
Yes,
We share.
I can't stand anything more than that. Yes.
Lovely. Anastasia, thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
reminding us that passion and perseverance can build communities and not just careers.
Thank you very much, Effie, for the invitation. Best of my best wishes to you and the audience. And I would like to wish you happy holidays, happy Christmas and the New Year, and enjoy health and prosperity. And be creative and innovative all the time.
Follow on your example
Follow your dreams.
and your dreams, because
Oh,
actually, your journey shows that leadership in education is about care, and it's also about self-care and curiosity and the courage to change, as you said. Um,
yes, yes. And
so,
I would like to close with a quote. Everything is in the mind.
mm,
If we change our mindset, we can change our life.
Indeed. And this is actually what it means to embrace learning, as we say here in this podcast. So,
Yeah.
to our listeners, if this conversation inspired you, share it with a fellow educator. And remember, well being and creativity go hand in hand when we lead with purpose.
Exactly, exactly.